Sure. Hi guys. So it's actually been so deep. So yesterday I asked, right, about people that are commenting during worship while, like online, or when artists do concerts on IG Live or whatever. And Andrea, thank you so much. Like, it's actually so I got two responses that really, that answered the question that I was asking, regardless of how good or bad of a job I did in asking it. But in those responses, Holy Spirit really just started talking to me about interrupted worship, and the notion around all of that is that when you come into a posture or a place of worship, the way our heart responds to Him is more important to Him than what we're saying or what we look like. And it was actually crazy, because when I first read Andrea's response, I remembered this poem that Genetics did, and where she's talking about sometimes all you can do is to sit and kind of cool yourself into a ball during worship, and sometimes I can't help but throw my hands in the air and scream and shout. And it's crazy because, like I personally, like, I know all this, I know that there are moments where like nothing will come out of my mouth. And there's moments where, like Holy Spirit just say to me, like, dance before me, and just kind of, become undignified, if I almost want to say. Anyway, so as I read her response, and Holy Spirit just started kind of talking to me about this interrupted worship. It stirred something so deep within me, because suddenly it reminded me, of the different ways in which we respond in worship. And the reason why I wanted to make this video was really just around an encouragement, an encouragement to actually respond in worship, because sometimes you'll find yourself in a place of worship where you can't help but cry. Sometimes you can't help but shout. Sometimes you can't help but scream. And sometimes, you can't help but be silent, and all of these things are in response to worship. And as we respond, like that response to worship is part of our obedience in worship, which I think is amazing, because it means every time you allow yourself to be permeated by His presence, it's almost like, there's an experience that awaits you, and you don't know what that experience will be like. So I really did, I just want to encourage you guys, as we worship, as we engage outside of the inner room, as we try to get back to life as the new normal, or whatever, however you want to put it, like, may our response to Him be genuine to what He's calling us to, or be genuine to how He's calling you to respond in that moment, so like, be true to yourself. Don't look and see what other people are doing and want to do that, because the road that God is walking with you is the road that God is walking with you. And I think it's a beautiful notion, just that shows just how personal those relationships are.